What are selection tools? Well, they are the tools that help librarians make their library a central hub of the school because the library collection is successful when selection tools help build an amazing collection. How do we know what selection tools to use? Well, there is an incredible array of tools, and it is up to the library and the librarian and the library committee to work together to build that collection that makes the library the place to go. The committee will use and review the selection tools and help decide where materials need to be bought and acquired to help build that great collection. Materials must be able to support and enrich the curriculum. They must be able to appeal to the students both in aesthetic quality and also technically. Um, Also, they need to be appropriate for the age and emotional development related to subject areas. In our library at our school, we have a very extreme range of reading abilities, and it is quite difficult to be able to meet the needs of all of the learners of our school. While I'm at a middle school, many of our students, our average reading level is about 4.2. And then we also have eighth graders and some seventh graders who are reading at the high school level. So these are all things that need to be taken into account, both and also emotionally and intellectually. So this is where knowing that you have a quality selection tool that will direct you to these correct materials is so essential. Um, Other factors that we need to look for are, have they been professionally reviewed? We know that a good selection tool is going to have both peer and professional reviews. They're going to be able to show you that they're going to appeal to a lot of your library stakeholders. The other thing that I know that we've been focused on is really providing a range of viewpoints and lots of books that are going to promote different cultures and all kinds of different experiences. Since our students are often do not travel anywhere outside of their community very often. It is all about that, providing that global perspective so that we can open doors for our students. Some of the selection tools that I have chosen for our collection are those children's book reviews by The Guardian. Um, I've started the Young Adult Library Services for Children, or the Young Adult Library Services Association for Children. I use the Hub, and then also I use that Children's Collective, which is a cooperative, which is very broad in its appeal. Um, Here is the link for The Guardian, which is part of an extensive literary association and a literary association. But this is the Children and Teenage Services page. What is great about this is there are lots of reviews that are promoted here, some written by teens and young adults, and of course, some written by professional reviewers. So it's a great place to go that you know you're going to get quality materials. Here again is that Young Adult Library Services Association selection tool. Um, it is just extensive, and you know that you're going to get quality ideas to build your collection through this. Um, where I have focused on is the hub. It is specifically for teens, and their job is to, let me see, provide timely information about emerging and new practices for evaluating, selecting, and curating materials. So again, this is the one of the first places I go to when I'm looking for information about teens and teen literacy as we're looking to build our collection. Kind of one that is easily overlooked is their second page on their homepage for the YASLA service. Is this is so great. It's action and issues, and it talks about, what are some things that are going on in literacy and in technology for teens and related to library services. This is a great place to go to get advocacy materials to help promote your library for teens. Here, again, on another page is they have just pages of awards. And of course, my students love graphic novels. It's the one thing that I know I can get them reading. So there's a lot of award-winning great graphic novels for teens that they've got listed. So that's a great place I know that I can go straight there and make sure that if I'm missing one, that we need to go there and make sure that we can find out where we can plug in any new things for our collection. Here is the hub part of this service, and what it has is it's updated continually with, as we know that there are, I believe they said there are 6,000 titles published a month for children's literature, including young adult, and that's just impossible to keep up with. Of course, that includes small publishers and maybe even self-publishing, but still, we want to know that we are going to be able to go here and see what's the most current titles, when they were published. This one was published September 11th, 2018. And it's got all the necessary information there, and it's got a professional review there. Um, Here is another great site to use for your selection tools. It is the Cooperative Children's Book Center, and you can see it has books for children and adults, and then it's also got any kinds of specialized information here. Again, here is graphic novels and specifically current publishing trends, what's happening now. And of course, where do we need to focus our efforts on making sure that we are gathering all of those multicultural titles for our campuses. While these are not professional selection tools, I do get a lot of ideas from authors and what other librarians, the Little Librarian, and Buffy Hamilton on Twitter. They suggest titles and they discuss current trends on Twitter and Tumblr. And of course, I like Feedly, related specifically to YA topics in books. They are, while they're not professional, they are great leads to new books. I spent a lot of time on Facebook simply because I have a lot of friends everywhere, but I've found some amazing Facebook pages to follow. And again, while they're not professional tools, boy, do I get great ideas for library lessons, current trends, what's happening in other states, what's happening in other districts around us. And these are some of the Facebook pages, Library Think Tank, and I love this one, Future Ready Librarians, and Learning Librarians. So there's a lot out there that you just simply have to curate to find the best ones for you to help you make good decisions about building your collection. And here are some of the resources that are that I've used that if in case you want to go back and reference that, here they are. Thanks for joining us.